Tulsa King Season 2 follows Dwight's efforts to expand his Tulsa footprint while dodging ATF charges, the growing ire of his old mob family, and a few new enemies standing in the way of his growing ambitions. Dwight's marijuana aspirations run afoul of both local businessmen and hopeful monopolist Thresher and Kansas City mobster Bill Bevilacqua, the latter of whom objects to Dwight's existence on his turf altogether. In the series' first 3 episodes, Dwight fights the law, sets the agenda for his next wave of expansion, and contends with these newly circling enemies. Oklahoma vs. Manfredi, the 3rd episode of Paramount Plus crime drama series Tulsa King Season 2, centers on the legal dispute that Dwight, the General Manfredi, has been engaged in following his incarceration in the first installment's conclusion. Cal Thresher keeps his eyes on the case as he takes steps to give himself the advantage over his rival, particularly in light of the audacious rejection he received from the lady he wants. With Dennis Goody Karanji's assistance, Chicky takes Bill Bevilacqua to Tulsa to deal with Dwight, but his efforts are ineffective. Meanwhile, Tina, the daughter of the general, is enthralled by Mitch Keller's performance. Before his trial, Dwight Manfredi rehearses his defense remarks in the opening scene of Oklahoma vs. Manfredi. Dylan McGrath examines the local ATF chief upon his return to the courtroom in an attempt to prove that the defendant bought off an agent. Next, Dwight calls Stacy Beal to testify in order to disprove his innocence of bribery. He makes it clear to the jury that he and Stacy have an intimate and personal relationship that has resulted in them sharing a bed. He continues by saying that the agent placed her life on the line to save his own, for which he is incredibly appreciative. Dwight questions Stacy about any legal restrictions on giving a present to someone who saved their life in order to make a point. Dwight proves through Stacy that he gave her the money without anticipating or requesting a favor in return, which is not what the law defines as bribery. The trial ends when the agent takes the stand. The former mafia capo is cleared of bribing an ATF agent after the jury deliberates. By then, Stacy has informed him that she is being relocated from Tulsa, which is to be expected given that during the first season, she almost lost her job due to her assistance to him. Cal Thresher is enraged by the not guilty decision and wants to see Dwight go back to prison. Thresher becomes resentful of Dwight's presence in Tulsa and is turned down by Margaret Devereaux. She says she thinks the convicted killer is more sophisticated than the businessman when he visits the Fenaria Ranch. Meeting Armand Manning-Truisi, who is having difficulty with his divorce proceedings, helps Thresher deal with the rejection. He is not in the best of financial health because he must give Clara a sizable amount in child support. The businessman gives Armand $30,000 in exchange for nothing specific, saying that he hopes to have Armand's assistance in the future. The stableman later gives Dwight $10,000, a sign that he has taken Thresher's money. Tina and her kids relocate to Tulsa when Dwight finds them a place to live, and she starts to spend a lot of time with her father and her aunt, Joanne Manfredi. The family enjoys a rockstar performance by Mitch Keller as they celebrate the former mafia capo's not guilty verdict and legal success. Tina asks Joanne whether she is the only one who finds the former rodeo star attractive as he takes the stage. Her aunt concurs, and she is still enthralled with him. Since Tina moved out of New York City, she and Mitch have fostered a close bond. In the first season finale, Mitch helps Tina cope with Dwight's arrest. They eventually started seeing each other frequently after she permanently moved to Tulsa. There's nothing preventing her from dating the musician because she is no longer with her husband, Emery. Dwight might just be pleased for her insofar as he is concerned. Mitch greets the former mafia boss with compassion and understanding when he gets to Tulsa, never asking for anything in return. When the former prisoner engages in combat with Callan Waltrip and the Black McAdams, he has support from others. Dwight might have even lost his life to the biker gang if it weren't for the musician. Mitch makes Dwight a partner in Bread 2 Buck, which opens doors to countless opportunities when Dwight decides to build his empire in Tulsa. Their relationship is getting stronger every day, as seen by their plans to purchase Donnie Shore's auto dealership. Aware of Mitch's exceptional manhood, Dwight might give Tina a nod of appreciation. The musician has shown that he is a kind, compassionate, and gentle person. He is more of an artist than a mobster, so she might not have any trouble welcoming him into her life. It is therefore anticipated that their relationship will blossom as quickly as possible. Bill Bevilacqua arrives in Tulsa to talk with Dwight after meeting Chicky. In exchange for a collaboration, he is prepared to forgive the former mafia capo for invading his area. The man from Kansas City desires that Dwight give him a share in Bread 2 Bucks so that they can begin the same. The convicted killer makes it clear to his visitor that he is not going to give him anything. After telling his rival that he will send one of his men, Caputo, to renegotiate new terms, a disgruntled Bevilacqua exits the tavern. Chicky phones Goody after he gets back to Kansas City and tells him of a plot to murder Dwight. Chicky informs Goody that Caputo is coming back to kill Dwight. The present leader of the Invernizzi family desires that his erstwhile colleague assist Bevilacqua's man in carrying out the crime. As he hangs up the phone, Goody promises to follow Chicky's instructions. Caputo arrives as the former mafia boss rejoices with Margaret at his not guilty judgment. Bigfoot grabs him before he can shoot his target, but Goody kills him first. Dwight's associate does not intend to betray him as the death indicates. When Chicky suggests switching sides to find out what's in store for his new employer, Goody nods in agreement. Goody tells Dwight about the possible murderous plot after he finds out the plan, and Dwight sends Bigfoot to neutralize the threat. He asks Tyson not to go with him because he is aware of what he is getting into. To make it clear that Dwight is the one sending the message, Tyson teams up with Goody and Bigfoot to deliver Caputo's lifeless body to Bevilacqua along with a bag of short ribs.